Is there anything that you want to mention about the actual sign of a Scorpio?
You mean like the physical animal?
Yeah. Is there any importance to that?
Yeah, definitely. There's it's once the scorpion is it's an animal, is an insect, it's in the desert. Represents a lot of things because what each zodiac sign does, the symbol is basically the characteristics of that animal, of that person, of that thing is usually represents what's going on with the sign overall. So scorpions, they live in the desert. They interesting fact about scorpions, they, like actual Scorpios, they're very like inclusive people. Like, I always make a joke when I know I'm in a Scorpio's house if all the blinds are down and it's very dark, because that's how scorpions live too. They live in a really dark place, and it's kind of like a safe haven, but it's a dark safe haven. And then they go out into the world to get food or whatever, but for the most part they kind of like to be in dark, wet places. Which is also interesting because Scorpio is a water sign, so it represents emotion, which Scorpios have. They're very deeply emotional, very passionate, very in tune with their emotions and other people's emotions. You know, they use that as a way to positively, it could be a way to motivate people. Negatively, it could just be a way to manipulate people. But understanding that drives everything, that drives human nature, that drives animal nature, that drives anything that's alive on some level is driven by emotion. So you just got to know what triggers that thing emotionally, and from there you can either manipulate in a positive way or a negative way. I think it's kind of obsession of Scorpio, to see what makes people tick, to see what the inner workings of anything is, whether it be how a computer works, whether it be how their spouse's mind works, how their boss's mind works, whoever. Just understanding the inner workings that are the causation of why whatever thing does what it does, and they could be obsessive over it, which is also the beautiful thing about Scorpio, is that when they're obsessed about something, they're like in it, like no other person. Like it's all they eat, sleep, and drink and shit, because they just have to. And I think their personality definitely reflects just the whole reproductive system. Like when you're having sex, or just your body when it's having sex, it's all in. It's no, if your sex drive is like this, it's gonna show. But usually the nature and the purpose of your sexual your reproductive system is to be all in, because it's about to create life. So everything that needs to be done has to be done, and it's done with a certain urgency. To us, it's just our body working, but really, our body puts in a lot of work just to help us walk, talk, breathe, all those things. And your reproductive system is the foundation for all that. Like esoteric, like Indian stuff, like they talk about like chakras. Like, and the root chakra is the sexual chakra, but it's your primal essence. It's what's the root of everything. Everything is based off of that. Without that, you really have no strong foundation. Your primal instincts are what keep you here. So Scorpio is definitely very much reflective of that. And you see it in their personalities. It's something that always say that there's like a great deal of urgency in everything that Scorpio does. If it's not urgent, they just don't do it. So anything that they do is again, be obsessive with it, because it has to be done, not 5 minutes from now, right now, because that's how the spirit of the animal, the spirit of sexuality, that's how it all works. But if any of these things are lax, then nothing manifests.